Hey everyone, Joe here. We just got the biggest Marvel Rivals update yet. It gives us details on how you can play the closed beta if you're on console or PC, and we also know the abilities for the two new characters, Venom and Adam Warlock. So here is everything you need to know, starting off with Venom. Venom is described as a mobile melee tank. He has 700 health, which is a little bit less than Groot and Hulk, but he makes up for it with his abilities and speed. His first ability is Venom Swing. It's very similar to Spider-Man's Web Swing ability, except there is only one charge compared to Spider-Man's 3, and it has an 8-second cooldown. Venom can then also combo his web swing with another ability, Diving Strike, which allows him to slam to the ground and knock enemies back. In the trailer, it then shows off his ultimate, which lets Venom burrow underground before finding an enemy to devour, which also generates bonus health. Definitely doesn't remind me of another video game character. Anyway, moving on. Venom also has two different attacks which aren't really shown in the trailer. His main attack fires tentacles forward, which deals damage to enemies, and his secondary attack fires tentacles that slow enemies within reach, causing them to take damage if they're unable to break free in time. This gives him a lot of options for different ways to attack, and it feels like he'll be very dominant when it comes to creating space and providing kill opportunities for the DPS. He also has an ability called Symbiotic Resilience, which grants him bonus health. The lower his health is when activated, the more bonus health is generated. Just like Spider-Man, Venom is able to wall crawl and run on walls, providing him with more movement. And finally, he has a team up with both Spider-Man and Penny Parker called Symbiote Bond. This gives both of them a new ability, which allows them to create explosive symbiote spikes all around them, which deal damage and push back enemies. This could completely change hero picks in the beta. I played at least like 25 hours of ranked in the closed alpha, and I did not see many Spider-Man and Penny Parkers in high rank, so it's going to be interesting to see if that changes when it comes to this. The other character shown off in the trailer is Adam Warlock. He is a member of the Guardians, described as a revival support, and his abilities seem absolutely game-changing, so let's go through them. First up is his regenerative cocoon. Once Adam dies, he can move around freely as a soul and reform his body at a chosen spot. This is shown slightly in the trailer. He reforms with the cocoon at full health, which is insane. Though to balance it, it does have a minute recharge time, so it's not like you're immortal. I do think a minute is quite fair, but we'll have to see what it's like during the beta. His main attack fires quantum energy, which deals damage to enemies, and his secondary attack shown here gathers up quantum energy and fires it in one strike to deal more damage. Now the next few abilities are quite interesting. First up is Soul Bond. Adam unites the souls of two allies, granting them healing over time, and distributes the damage done between them. From the footage, it seems like this can also be paired with Avatar Livestream, a targeted healing ability which seems to distribute between the Soul Bond. It does seem like the Soul Bond is a very unique ability. I think if used correctly, it could be the deciding factor between your team's life or death. But that's not the end of Adam's kit. His ultimate ability is called Karmic Revival. It allows him to resurrect his team with limited health but a brief moment of invincibility. This could shift the entire match when used. It definitely feels like Adam is going to be a must pick for your team. And that's not even mentioning his team up ability with Star-Lord and Mantis. It doesn't do that much. It just gives Star-Lord and Mantis the Cocoon Revive ability. That is insane. This adds so much potential to Star-Lord, who's constantly required to get into the enemy's face. It can completely erase a mistake you've made every minute. I'm not going to judge the balancing of this ability before we actually get to try out the beta, but having a full team of Guardians with Adam, Star-Lord, Mantis, and Rocket's revival abilities seems like one of the most OP combos in the game. So those are the abilities for the two new characters. Now let's get on to what you've all been waiting for, the closed beta. Now we're going to dive straight into this. One of the things they're adding is more testing regions. We had your pleas during the alpha test. The demand for test access echoed loudly across social media platforms. In response, we're expanding our CBT to include more testing opportunities, wider global coverage, and additional language options. We want to welcome even more Marvel Rivals fans to join in and have a blast. This is incredible news. I think one of the most annoying things about the closed alpha was that it was only available really in North America. That's not all, because like I said at the start of the video, the closed beta is coming to consoles as well as PC. Get ready to dive into the CBT not only on PC but also on consoles. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S are joining the fray. For PlayStation gamers, you won't need a PlayStation Plus membership to join the fun. And guess what else? Just as the time stream entanglement has shattered the dimensional barrier, the CBT is going to be full crossplay, so you can team up with friends across various gaming platforms and dive into the adventure together. No barriers, just pure joy. Again, this is huge news. People are much more likely to play the game if it has crossplay, because they will be able to play with friends who are on different consoles. It just adds a whole nother layer to how big this game is going to be when it releases. I am interested to see how they handle this when it comes to the competitive side of the game. They will have to do something similar to Overwatch, where they have two different pools of skill-based matchmaking for whether you're playing console and PC or just PC alone. Now, all this positive talk about the closed beta, but how do we access it? Well, PC players can request the closed beta access directly through Steam starting in July, whereas console players will have to fill out a questionnaire that will be posted on the official Marvel Rivals Discord later this month. They haven't given a date for when the questionnaire is going to come out, but they have said that it will definitely be before the end of June. So if you are looking to play this game and you're on console, definitely go join their Discord. I'll put a link to it in the description. And just like most PC players did with the closed alpha, you're just going to have to fill it in and hope for the best. That's about as much of the closed beta we know of as of right now. However, I will be covering all things Marvel Rivals on this channel, so make sure you like the video and subscribe for future Marvel Rivals content, and I'll see you in the next one.